Trash to Cash Podcast, episode 60. How's it going, everyone? My camera's in the wrong place. I'm Dave, the NC Picker. With me, as always, is Kevin, the Commonwealth Picker, and Carrie, the Preston Waters Arbitrage.
Yeah.
What's that, Carrie? What's Preston Waters?
You got. What's that?
What is it?
Wait, Air Raid?
What is that?
You don't know who Preston Waters is, dude? I thought you were a super fan.
No, that's my dryer, by the way, and it's aggressive and it wakes up the whole family. It's insanely loud.
Do you want me to tell you who Preston Waters is, or
yes,
do we want to put it down? Okay.
Tell me.
He's the main character in Blank Check.
Oh,
okay.
That's who Preston Waters is.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah, it's not as fun.
I thought his name was Cash, so my bad. I thought he went by Cash. Anyways, happy Christmas to all, even though it's 3 weeks before Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. 3 weeks early, guys.
Well, I did my whole Christmassy auction last night, and I feel very festive on whatnot.
Yeah, you got to do it now. Yeah. You got to get there.
Yeah, because you got to get shipped in time, right?
When are you shutting your store down? What are you doing?
Me shutting my store
Yeah,
down?
what are you doing? Do you do like shut it down for Christmas?
I'm double opening it. I'm opening it times two because I'm that hard of a worker.
I'm putting links all Christmas to Dave's store the whole day. I'm like, guys, make him some offers. Make him aggressively low.
I shut down my store if I'm doing something or going out or something like that, but I'm really not planning on anything this Christmas. I'm like kind of half going to be doing my dryer.
Is your dryer in your office?
It's so far away, and the fact that it's making that much noise. You slept here. Did it not wake you up? Yeah, did it not wake you up? It was doing that when you were here. It's so aggressive. I hate it.
I was so relaxed there after wearing myself out with the Oculus all day.
Oh, speaking of which,
that thing's a workout.
Tina got me a present. Check this out. Do you recognize who this is?
That's Chevy Chase.
Yeah.
I heard he's a piece of...
If I my head sewn to the carpet, I wouldn't be more surprised than I am right now.
I heard Chevy Chase is a terrible person.
Jelly of the Month Club.
He says 16 phrases from a Christmas vacation.
Walking out on this fun old-fashioned
Let's hear all 16.
No, we're all in this together. This is a full-blown four-alarm holiday emergency here.
He's a plush, guys. How cool is he?
Is that a plush?
That's what you should do instead of the NC Piggy. It should be like, it should be Dave.
Yeah, I like that.
What does Dave say? What are your sayings,
I sold some granny panties.
I sold some granny. Carrie actually watched one of my videos. What'd you think, Carrie? Let's get a review. Your first NC Flipper in a couple months.
Nah, it's inspiring because you have a style that is very unique and gregarious and off-putting and sad.
Yeah,
I like it.
A part of an NC Flipper video.
Did you? Why?
I did. I'm trying to remember why. Oh, I know what it was.
Yeah.
It's because and the viewers have to back me up on this. You ripped on me for what was my title of a video? For a title of a video, resellers are scumbags.
Yeah.
You ripped on me, and then you titled one resellers suck.
But in my defense, it performed poorly. So you kind of the well is dry. You've dried up the well.
Yeah, the real issue is you screwed
did
up
all right.
Screwed up the title.
Mine was like a 10 out of 10. People were really upset. But if you actually look at the comments in that, there was a lot of people that really appreciated that video because it was like talking about the value resellers do add. The title was being glib, of course.
Well, what is the next stage after we go that resellers are terrible? Then it's gonna get more and more aggressive to the point where we're gonna be crying in the thumbnail. I mean, what is the next step before
it
becomes overkill?
Hold on, wait a minute, wait. Give me 1 second, and then you can come back because I'm old and I forget stuff.
Yeah.
That's true. I just typed in resellers are scumbag to see how my video did, and it did okay. Got 15K in a month. Now, I could look, and Rewilded Reselling has one as well, and it's eBay Scumbag. I stole it from him, apparently. I didn't know I stole it from him.
Look at that, man.
It doesn't surprise me, though.
It
doesn't surprise me.
Not an ounce of integrity over there. Just stealing from everyone.
And Carrie, the whole crying in the thumbnail thing, we've all done it. And we all might be doing it tomorrow, too.
I have not done it. I've never cried in a thumbnail.
You've cried in a video. Listen.
It's happening tomorrow.
All right, I distracted Dave from his thing.
Here's the thing. So I was listening to this book, and it motivated me to try to think about how we add value, right? Like, what is it that we do as resellers, as content creators that adds value to people's lives? Because, Carrie, for someone to want to watch you, you need to be adding something to their life, right?
I just need
for this podcast.
Like a critique.
This podcast, even why watch it if it's not providing anything? But it is, right? If you look at the comments, this podcast provides entertainment, comedy, it provides some reselling information, right? And so I was thinking like just about reselling as a whole, and like I asked my viewers, I said, can you in the comments, the viewers of my channel, it wasn't a Trash to Cashing, it was on my Flipper.
Viewers.
This is not how he talks when he's off camera, guys.
That is not true.
He says my adoring followers.
So basically, hold on, where's this arrow here? Okay. Basically, I just was saying, hey, oh wow. Interesting.
This is a great podcast.
ADD. I'm sorry, ADD. Squirrel. I asked them to give me their kind of opinion or like their story of what reselling has done for their lives and how it's improved their lives, if it has, has a reseller ever done anything. And like the comments were so good. Okay, the comments like were incredible. Like these great stories of people coming out of like horrible situations and reselling, basically saving their lives, right? Like it was like the light at the end of the tunnel. And
paying off their debts.
Reading these stories may have made me a little emotional in Monday's video. That's all I'm saying.
Extra money
because it was very sweet. It was nice
to
see.
It's kind of how we all, as a community, work off each other. Because you asked your followers, as you say, your ardent followers, to give some feedback, give their opinion about something, and you learned that, of course, from Kevin, who asked his followers to give him money. I mean, he doesn't care about their thoughts or anything, but just the money, the cash.
If you watched my show, I ask almost every episode. I ask them a question, almost everyone, and I never ask for money.
You never speak about it.
You
again.
Never specifically say, "Give me Skrilla in cash." You say,
coming from a
buy
guy
me
who
a
started
coffee.
The Patreon.
I'm thinking about NFTs. Can you guys?
By the way, I told you,
Patreon.
nobody. I've had one person buy me a coffee since Carrie trashed it on this show. One person. Thank you.
I'm sorry, man.
Carrie.
I'm sorry.
Listen.
Sorry.
Okay. Anyways, my whole point was that like if you go, I'd say you don't need to go to my comments, but it'd be cool in these comments because not all the same people watch this as Flipper. Put in your story, your reselling story, and we can maybe pick one out next week, Kevin, to read, and we'll let Kerry read it because he doesn't get emotional about anything. Me and Kevin will be just blubbering, reading these life transformative stories, and Kerry will be like, "Hey, he changed his life."
I don't know. I feel like if a reseller changed your life, that's saying something about yourself.
Hey.
I'm joking. That was far too far. That was too far. I take it back.
Okay, so ABC Matt, Biscuit Butt, Parker County Picker, Side Hustle Preacher, Tanya Arnold, and Sales by Tony. Thank you for being
Sales by Tony,
patrons.
By Tony, baby.
We appreciate it. And for those of you who have the Voice of the Reason tier on Patreon, message me on Patreon. I'll give you a private link to a Discord server so you can ask exclusive questions that Kevin has to read as long as they're appropriate. No one's writing in that Discord yet, so I feel like maybe they're not in there. It's surprising
to have so many more people in this. So they have to join the Patreon, and then they get the link to go to the Discord. The Discord is like blowing up, y'all.
The Discord
is where we make the heavy sales pitches. That's really, guys. So when you get there, that's when we're going to start trying to get you guys to come to like the Airbnb so we can do the courses and stuff like that.
That's where Dave drops his links.
Yeah, that's where I drop my links. Did you see I dropped a link on the Facebook page, the Trash to Cash Facebook page? It was a link to a shelf.
But that's blown up too.
Oh man,
I need
to delete that. That's against the rules, man.
There was a really good deal on a shelf at Walmart. It was like $50. It's normally $100, and everyone loves this shelf. And so I put a link to that, and it was a Walmart creator link.
Look at you, man.
I think 80 people clicked it, and no one bought it. But still, I mean, fine. You don't need to buy it, but at least like I let them know it worked.
Can't they like buy something in the next 24 hours and you get credit?
I do that.
Or is
people
it like
I don't know
put
how that
links
works.
after I buy stuff.
Well, it's possible too that they were like, okay, I'm gonna go pick this up locally, right? They didn't even buy it on the store, just buy it and pick it up because that's the way I am with Walmart. If it's in stock, I just go get it. So I
bought some, just my link story. I bought Justin RVA Flips years ago. I needed lights, portable lights for a dark area, and he put a link to some, and I clicked on them and I bought them, and they were crap. They were crap.
And he put the link to that?
Yeah, but
so you're saying RVA Flips screwed you?
No, they probably worked for what he had.
He's a bit of an iconoclast, isn't he?
Yeah, whatever happened to that promising podcast he started?
Shit. Yo, I shouldn't even have said this. Shad Juice put out links to some other lights that I screw into the light bulbs and the shit, and I absolutely love. I don't even think there was a link. He just put them out. He's like, these are cool. I'm like, okay.
Oh, okay, cool.
And they work, and I like them. And I
Shad
got them
Juice
for the new
win.
shed, too.
We all love Shad Juice.
Job. He's good, man. Yeah. Quality stuff.
So, I mean, my week has been horrible because of extreme tooth pain. How has your week been?
On that happy note.
Yeah, on that happy note.
I'm good, man. I just had a monstrous. You want to talk about reselling? I had a big old sale.
Let me guess.
Big
Let me guess.
Old
Let me guess.
Honkin' sale.
Was it dog related?
The dog.
It was the dog Christmas tree. I'm rich now, guys.
Nice.
Awesome.
Was it like
I'm rich. I can get another Honda Civic.
OBO.
650.
What was it?
$650 best offer.
$665, but I wasn't counting.
Ah, nice.
I was
That's
surprised,
awesome.
man. That was a $5 yard sale find.
I was with
By
him.
Dawn.
And hey,
By
this
Dawn.
is one
No,
I didn't
found,
actually find.
I found.
I know.
100% me. Was it not 100% me?
That was Carrie's find of the career.
I deserve every
Life.
negative. I deserve every negative thing that's ever been said about me, but I also deserve this one positive.
Mm-hmm.
You
one
got
of them, and then we can forget about it.
That's awesome, dude.
was
After fees, you're gonna get $8. Really?
No, yeah, no.
It's not worth
bumped
it.
me out
You have to
is that
calculate your time and
what
gas.
really, and Kevin can understand this. What bummed me out is that put me over that $600 threshold.
Oh yeah, now you gotta pay
a year.
taxes.
Now
Yeah,
I gotta start.
that sucks. Did you pay to promote it? No,
I saw.
right?
I might have, yeah, I think so.
Why though? Right? There was nothing else there.
I don't know. Just
I wouldn't have
they-
promoted that. That's my
I don't
post
remember
advice.
what I did, Dave. I'm assuming I did though.
You probably did.
That
I don't
just
know,
is a
Kat.
habit.
Would you promote something like that? Because I just feel like you don't need to. It's the only one. Right?
No, not if I'm American Arbitrage. I would post it on my Instagram. That's
true,
promoting
yeah.
it
You've got
right
all the
there.
millions of people there.
I mean,
Thousands.
did you
Millions of
post it? You
thousands.
put it on there. Right?
Yeah, I did. I think
Yeah.
I mentioned it a couple times. And
I mean,
Did it
I
sell
was
to a
doing pretty
viewer?
good. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. I don't remember.
Was it
Just
Dead
was a
Party?
note.
I can go look. I mean, I don't think I should disclose their name like you all do, but
People ask you to.
I
Like,
know,
put
I
their
know.
eBay store in there. I've
What?
had people lately like, here, check this out, buy something from me. I'm like, all right.
no,
I will.
there's no note. But like my eBay finally turned on. I'm doing good the last couple days, thankfully.
Well, it's Q4. And so the thing
I've
with
heard,
Q4 is it's the fourth quarter, similar to all the other quarters, almost identical.
Except for
as a
you need
matter of
more
fact.
boxes.
No, okay, so Carrie and I have talked about this probably before you came on the show, Kevin. Q4 is a big deal if you're an Amazon seller. Not so much if you're an eBay seller, because Amazon
Don't
sellers
agree.
are brand new stuff, brand new toys, brand new, all that stuff. So what, you don't agree that it's good for anyone,
No.
or you think it's
No.
good for eBay too?
It's great for eBay sales.
He just quit. He just quit. There he is. What happened?
You would.
I didn't do anything.
You didn't
just
do that?
No, I didn't do that.
You asked me a question, didn't want to hear the answer. Of course.
StreamYard knew you were lying. They kicked you and they let you back in.
Look,
I did not touch anything.
If you have this is all I can guarantee. If you have 10,000 copies of season 2 of Frasier, you're going to sell them out if they're priced correct right now. You will sell all 10,000. It is the time for that. But if you have like a random ashtray that nobody wants,
I have a lot of
it's
those.
not going to sell.
Oh, I sold
Listen,
a $20 ashtray, Kevin.
Did you?
Yeah, not the one I
Nice.
sent you a picture of. It was like just a totally obscure bar or something in West Virginia. That just
Cool.
It was just kind of unique. I don't think anyone else
You
had
just
it.
find the right person.
Yeah.
They look them up. People go on and they look up their old hometown, or they'll look up
Exactly,
something and it's like, oh, it's out. I'm gonna buy it, or whatever.
And it
But,
even was one
yes.
of those ashtrays. You know that a lot of them will say like swiped from Bill's bar, stolen from John's. They did that with ashtrays a lot. This one said snitched from whatever bar. Snitched. Which is not the right use of the word, but whatever.
Snitches get ashtrays.
Yeah, I guess that's
Yes.
Well,
It's a
you
work
skipped
idea.
past. I'm going to go back to this because I want the people in the comments to tell me that I'm right. So I need the affirmation. So Q4, you
Words
telling
of
me you don't see a Q4 bump? You don't
Oh, yeah.
see it? Of
No, I
course
don't
I
see
you
it.
do. I
I
do.
don't see
Dave
it.
doesn't because
I don't
Dave's
see it.
not selling anything that people want.
Yeah. I mean, it's just whatever. I don't know. I mean, I'm just not that attentive. Maybe it's happening, and I'm just not seeing it. I don't
People
know.
want dog trees, ashtrays, dollar baseball cards.
I mean, I sold
People buy
$360
vintage
bucks
for
this
Christmas?
weekend. How much did you sell on eBay?
You don't ask me.
think I
this.
beat you
every
this
week.
weekend.
Every week.
You said 1,000, 2,000. This weekend. This weekend.
Okay.
Kevin
This
doesn't
weekend.
like to talk about numbers, guys.
I sold something on Bonanza, but I wasn't going to say that. I said it.
That
This
was
is
a
like
mistake.
just low-hanging
Cat
fruit
snoring.
when I tell you what sold on Bonanza. It's
Yeah.
it's too
What
easy.
is it? Is it
54
chaps?
sales. Let's see. Let me refresh this because I think
Leather
something else
chaps?
just
What was
sold
it?
here. Yeah, here we go. 54 sales, $2,454.55.
Oh wow, man!
But
It's pretty
again,
impressive.
about 300 of that is the charity auctions for the ornaments and stuff like that.
And you keep all that money, correct?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
the
do.
ashtray
I
was
keep it
actually
all.
from Wisconsin. It was snitched from the zebra room in Wisconsin.
Zebra room.
Yeah. Wisconsin Avenue, Washington, D.C. I'm sorry.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Okay. So,
There you go.
anyways, yeah, that's kind of cool.
Zebra
Yeah, so
room.
Kevin sold a ton. I mean, I sold like 900 on Whatnot, 350 on eBay, so like almost 1,300 bucks.
That's really good.
Yeah,
I was on my way to maybe that much on Whatnot, but then Whatnot totally crashed completely
that was
during my live.
his live was going really well. Like,
It was actually
When
going
was
really
your
well.
live, Carrie? I didn't see it pop
What
up.
day was it? I don't know. Thursday, Friday? I forgot.
I want to ask you
that's
this,
right.
Carrie.
Don sent me
I want to
that
ask you
link. I
this,
didn't have
and
time
this
to
is a
do it.
serious question for Whatnot interest. I know not everyone sells on Whatnot, but like, you've been doing it where you're standing in front of it, right? Your body, your face are in the image.
I feel like that's a good sales technique for me.
I don't think it does anything. I don't think it adds anything, and it makes it harder for you because of your eyes. You can't read the comments. Like, I don't know that you're selling more, and it seems like more stressful. But I don't know. Do you
Take your
enjoy it
clothes
more?
off. Take your shirt off.
Oh yeah, no, the shirt is off typically.
Yeah,
It's
the
just
shirt is usually off.
just the tassels and no shirt. I don't know. I like it a little bit better. I can't see. That is a problem. That is a problem. But I feel like I can. I don't know. I like kind of the performative aspect of it.
Okay.
It is
Well, if you
interesting,
like it, that's
honestly.
fine. I was just gonna say, like, if you don't
It is
like
stressful
it,
though.
I don't think it's adding more sales. I don't think you're making more money because you're doing that. But if you like doing it that way, you should keep doing it that way.
I think it makes it more of a situation where I'll have people stop in just to see what's happening.
But your voice
and then
is
they may,
so good, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm not.
Yeah.
It's not the auction's not on me.
I mean,
I'm
people
still-
do it, you know.
Well,
Rally Roots are
okay,
in
but
front,
there's-
Harry Tornado's
I
in
don't know.
front.
Totally, but don't you feel like for me, I'd rather have someone who's like talking to me and responding to my comments than
So-
someone I can see. And with
They-
Carrie's eyes,
Let me
it's
say
almost
this.
better for him to be able to read it than
Carrie, you're selling
Just my thought.
you're selling one at a time, right, Carrie? One
Yeah.
item at a time. Okay, so I would say one, and this is just from somebody who doesn't really sell, just watches from time to time. Dave was selling, you know, pick
A
whatever,
lot,
and there's
yeah.
multiple items. I
There's
think in
no
that
way I
case,
can hold that.
100%,
Yeah.
100% better to be looking just at the items.
Oh yeah,
For sure.
And
But if you're
I've
selling
done that,
one
yeah.
item,
I get it. I think it's good either way. I just wish Carrie would get contacts. This is really a big pitch to get Carrie to get contact lenses. Because then you don't have to wear glasses, which are going to reflect in your ring light, and you can actually just, see how
There's
that
my ring
reflection,
light.
yeah. So it'd be cool if you had contacts, but I don't know. I want
Is
people
that really
to vote.
that big of a deal? The reflection in the ring light? Is that
No,
that
you
annoying?
complained about it. You complained about it in a show once. You said you didn't want to wear them because the ring light reflects in them.
Oh, I don't remember anything I
You
said
said
in the
that,
show.
yeah. But no, I would like people to comment down below if you do the Whatnot thing. If you like it, do you like it when people are on screen? Do you like just seeing the item and only the item? Let's get some feedback. I think it's an interesting topic. So I think it's good, Carrie. I just don't know if it's worth the extra stress.
That's true. That's true. I mean, I don't know why I think just the way we set up that room, it makes sense to do it that way, and it's easier for Dawn to hand me stuff. I don't know why we decided to start doing it that way, but I don't. Yeah, I'll probably.
Well, it's
continue.
unique.
But if I
It's
did,
cool. Like if people go in, I think it's something different about your auction. We're like, oh, this is cool. I can actually see him. Like
if
I
I
do think
did
there's some value.
sports
in that.
cards again and breaking and stuff, then I would do that the other way.
Just
because
items.
You got to show the cards up close, and
Yeah.
but with the auction, I think I'll probably just keep doing it that way because that's how we're set up.
Yeah,
but
that's
unless
fair.
people really hate it, if there's a lot of people saying
I don't think
no,
anybody hates it.
I
don't
think,
think
Carrie,
it
you
makes
should start putting yourself in all of your eBay pictures. I saw
I
somebody
think so
selling.
too.
Oh,
In
yeah.
like a crop top.
hold it, just hold the video camera right there.
Yeah, get a little move in the shot. I think that's
Yeah.
really the future.
I feel like if you were Kevin, it would work for you too because people would just comment on your shirt. Like they'll be like,
He's so
"Oh, that's an
folksy.
awesome."
Is the shirt
that's an-
included?
No, it's like that's a nice ashtray, but I love the Jake the Snake Roberts shirt, which is pretty cool. I saw that one the other day.
Yeah, I did get some compliments on that. It's good stuff. I like it.
Okay, so what's your sale
Wait a
of the
minute.
week, Kev?
Oh, I got a good sale, but I want to go back to something. People buy vintage at Christmas, and I think for the last few years it's been going up. Okay, so GI Joe this week. So I've been putting out all the GI Joes.
You got some fire GI Joes though.
Yeah,
Right,
real
that's
American
my
hero.
sales are
Yeah.
half of that number is GI Joe that I
Yeah.
just gave you, and some of them are really really good. But people, I buy my brother every year. You talk about Jake the Snake. I buy him every year. I buy him something vintage wrestling. for Christmas every single year. So, whether it's an old figure, an old T-shirt, something.
I did Christmas shopping on eBay. I bought a Squishmallow that I couldn't get anywhere else from some random eBay.
And I did as well, but I can't say it out loud. So
yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
Well, there's like these specific animals they want, and you can't buy them anywhere except for eBay.
Dave, did you guys watch the G.I. Joe find video?
No.
Okay, you just saw
I saw the one
Instagram.
before. I didn't see the vintage toy one.
I got the Jet Fighter in there. I had listed for like $295 or $299, something like that. I did sell it. I sold it for $225.
Whoa.
$225.
Just the Jet. Was that with the box or without the box?
No box.
I found something that's actually a bit interesting. I brought it over here so I'd have a prop for the day. So these Funko Mystery Minis?
Yes.
Okay.
Carl.
No.
This is Carl, yeah, and it's Bloody Carl, though, Carrie.
Yeah, it's a variant.
That's a very rare Mystery Mini.
Yeah.
And the guy, when I bought it from him, he said, yo, I think this one's worth like $50, and he pointed it out to me. I'm like, oh, sweet. I get home, I look it up on Lens, I look it up on eBay, I can't find it anywhere. Finally, I find it on WorthPoint with a sold comp from 5 years ago for $170.
Wow,
for this little guy,
and
there's none listed. That's the last one I see sold.
I'd double that, dude. I'd go like
Carl,
4 or 5 hundo.
Carl Blood Splatter. Let me know in the comments. Maybe I'm like, if you find his dad Blood Splatter. Well, what's his name? I can't remember.
Rick.
Rick. He's only worth like 20. But Carl Blood Spattered is worth big bucks, I think. So I'm like really excited. I paid a big $100 for like 2 boxes, just like your what is your little buy you did with me and Carrie, Kev? Those little mini vinyl figures. Very similar to that buy. Yeah. The whole thing was very similar.
I didn't have one like that come out.
Yeah, this one might double my money he had 65. He said he thought this was worth $65, but I think he comped it 3 years ago or something. Because now it seems like it's worth a couple hundred. I'm gonna list it for $199. You think I should go higher? I mean,
I'd go higher. Yes,
higher.
Go higher.
Okay, I'm gonna update it right now.
Gouge.
300.
Gouge.
I'll do best offer.
300.
I could be crazy. Maybe someone's going to comment and say, Dave,
I don't even know if I do OBO. I think I do. I didn't do OBO on my plane for $295.
But dude, this is a freaking Mystery Mini.
It's true. Do you think so?
I don't know how many people collect them. That's the thing.
Now these aren't going to be Beanie Babies. To some degree, they are, right? They're overproduced, whatever. But they have managed to underproduce certain ones, and they don't make 8 bazillion of them. So there's,
Well, and this one's from 2014, right? And they only made it in 2014 with one of the first series. They didn't make any other ones of that. So I mean, that's it's
really early for Funko Pop, right?
Yes,
really
absolutely. So I don't know. We'll see. I'll list it. I'm gonna list it high, and we're gonna see if it sells. I hope it does. That'd be sick. I just don't know if there's that many collectors of Mystery Minis. This guy was that I met. Like he was.
Well, whatever it goes for over 199, half goes to me and half goes to Carrie.
Yes, so that means he gets nothing. Correct. That means Dave gets 0.
I get.
I love it. I love it.
Hey, these are for sale, by the way, in time for Christmas.
Trash to Cash Tumbler. That is a good Christmas gift. We saw a lot of people's Spotify raps where they've listened to 78 hours of Trash to Cash this year.
Somebody had like 4
warms
minutes.
My heart. It warms my heart.
4,000 minutes. Sorry.
It was minutes. It was like 78 hours. 78 actual hours, which is more than...
to you.
Yeah.
Which is more time than we put in.
Utter waste of time, but we appreciate it.
That's awesome. No, and so that was cool. But yeah, I mean, for that guy in your life or girl, they need a Trash to Cash tumbler. So go to CommonwealthPicker.com and don't forget your sticker while you're there.
Be reminded of your bad decisions.
Yeah, exactly.
Trash to Cash tumbler.
Yeah.
With the best logo in the business right there.
It is a good logo. It really is. Dave.
I completely stole it from Dave. So
yeah, you did. That's fine. Yeah. That's fine. And Carrie, your big sale was was it a Rottweiler Christmas tree? Is that right?
Yeah, I also today I sold something cool what was it, a Loot Crate, I think, Stranger Things blanket for like $60, and
I saw that video.
Yeah, an MCM set of glasses for like $75, 1950s water glasses. So.
Both Don finds.
Those are both Don finds, yeah.
Because
I'm going to take full credit.
Videos.
Did you see?
I saw the videos of both of them.
Yeah.
Did you see? I found a bunch of MCM mushrooms and ashtrays and things like that.
Was that you, Dave?
Yeah.
I thought somebody posted that in the Discord, but they were saying, "Oh, that was you."
Yeah, the video of all those vintage pottery and stuff. Yeah,
you bought all those.
I bought all that. Yeah, I have no idea how to sell it, but I bought it all.
I don't know why it just came up and whatever.
I have no clue what any of that's worth. But I thought I channeled my inner Commonwealth picker, and I said Kevin would buy this crap. Yeah. So I'm gonna buy it.
Who else? Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go, Carrie.
No, who else is distracted by Pickle Rick? It's off-putting.
Oh, I love Pickle Rick in the background there.
The big green turd.
No, it's not a turd. You're mean.
It's a pickle.
All right, hold on. Let me see. I want to see if this will work. I'm going to try. Now, this is a podcast, but it's also a video, guys.
A video cast.
On the
YouTube.com.
YouTube.com. I can't show it. Never mind. Yeah, Pickle Rick. Carrie's talking about a plush behind me that I got for a yard sale, at a yard sale this weekend. It's 39-inch Pickle Rick. I think the sold comp I found was $49.99, and I paid $5 for it.
Are you selling it or are you keeping it? You're keeping that.
Yeah, I'm keeping that. It's going to be hard for me to let that one go.
Now, you said you had good day at yard sale, so it's heated up in the winter, right?
Oh, dude, it's really good.
Yeah, I told you. It's
really good. Yeah, I mean, there's I had just so many cool finds. It was really kind of exciting. Action figure sale, a vintage sale, and I mean, it'll be in a video soon. It'll be in my Flipper video on Monday. So if you want to see all this pottery I got, $30, Kev, I paid for all that stuff. Both tables.
Was it Mary Mushroom or just generic?
It's just a lot of it's handmade, vintage. A lot of it's dated 77 and 78 on the bottom.
Best year ever.
Yeah.
I got a mushroom from a lady. She's like, I made it. She's in the video. She's like, yeah, I made it. And
you were tripping for days afterwards.
Yeah. I told her, I'll give you $5 for it. I'm like, I felt bad because you made it, right? And she's like, oh, the stuff costs that much to make it. I'm like, all right, and take it. And I sold it like that, $30. It was gone the next day. It was gone.
Yeah, and that's I got, and they're not all mushrooms. Some are just MCM ashtrays, and there's an ashtray that's shaped like a lobster claw, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
Someone handmade some sort of lobster.
Speaking of ashtrays,
ashtray.
did you see the TikTok took me down?
No,
TikTok took my ashtray down.
They've taken me down so many times that I'm on alert. One more, and
I've only been taken down twice. Once was for a baby. It was a Cabbage Patch. I'd pull down its butt or something, and so they
the kind of stuff they pull us for and don't pull other people for. That can be just a normal lady pulling down her pants and wearing a thong and no problem. Kevin pulls down a Cabbage Patch Kid's pants and boom.
It shows you that we should all be doubling down on the dancing aspect.
But all I did was say
the picking.
Yeah. It was a Kiss ashtray, the band, and it was shaped in I don't even know what it was, but it was nothing amazing, and I just it sold for whatever, and it gone.
That's so weird. Gone. Well, ashtrays may be smoking, but they smoke a ton in China. I've been to mainland China, and they be smoking everywhere. They smoke in the buildings, out of the buildings, chain smoking. I stunk like cigarettes when I left. I have a question. Should I remove this from my video or not? I went out yard selling with my mom, and we kept running into Eeyore, right? The plush from Winnie the Pooh, Eeyore. Yeah. And every time I found one, she'd be like, Dave, look, there's another Eeyore. And I'm like, Mom, Eeyore. And every time I'm like, Eeyore, Mom, Eeyore.
No, why would you take that out?
Saying Eeyore.
That's endearing. It's endearing. Never would I take that out.
Yeah. Okay, fine. I'll leave it in. That should be on the thumb, you think?
Yeah, thumbnail.
Phonetic or something. Yeah. But no, I mean, it was good, man. I had a ton of great yard sales, and the problem was this tooth, and the tooth took me out. I got to a point 11:30 where I had to get home to get medicine. Otherwise, I probably could have been out for another 2-3 hours. Honestly, I probably could have gone.
Well, you had mushrooms with you.
Yeah, unfortunately, they were cups. So, Carrie, did you go out Saturday? You had yard sales, I'm sure.
Dude, I did. Yeah,
pretty good.
Yeah, it was solid. No, I didn't find. Well, I found a couple really solid things, but nothing like $1,000. I didn't find. I didn't have the dream yard sale or whatever.
I don't understand why you think we would expect that.
You're getting what you expect from me.
Okay. Just Carrie had a normal day.
No, but we did.
They've been doing better than a year ago. It was come on, dude.
At least you're being honest. I appreciate the honesty. No, we're doing better. No, it's true.
Yeah,
and we used the app too, that the route finding app, which made it a lot easier.
Oh, you actually mapped out a route?
Yeah, we mapped it out.
I'm proud of you.
I felt like Magellan or I don't know, Ponce de Leon. Or
it makes the day go so smooth, doesn't it?
And I don't do that.
Yeah,
it's not as chaotic as I like it. I usually like being half asleep, late for everything, just anxiety ridden. That's usually my happy place.
That's fair. Well, I mean, I think that doing it, you get more done because you can actually go to sales next to each other and not go back and forth, right? If you don't map it out, you end up going back and forth a lot. And Kevin, I don't know, you get I know in Lynchburg they send you a secret list right? You had that in your video once. This person
the actors, the actors arrive at a yard sale and they spray what you want.
You get a secret list, but let me tell you, Lynchburg. I mean, and I know people don't believe it because they're like, you find all this and whatever. I'm like, dude, sometimes there's like 6 sales. That's it. Yeah. Sometimes there's 20. Yeah. Sometimes, I mean, and they're spread way out. Sometimes, I mean, in the heat of the season, you can find a bunch, but like, there are times where literally I'll look and there's like 7 sales. That's it.
In the whole.
And so it's like,
in Lynchburg or in your town?
Yeah, like, okay, well, there's usually none or 1 maybe or 2 sometimes, but it could be like 3 weeks ago. If you go to Raleigh, you're gonna find 50 sales.
Yeah.
60 sales. Up here 3 weeks ago, you might find 5. Just depends. If it's a great weather day, you might find 20.
Yeah.
In a perfect weather, early fall, something like that, you might find 40. So, you can only go to so many.
How come we don't have like a top comment, right? Like, it's because it's on newest first. Top comment, here it is. I think Kevin would be a great TV presenter. He's informative. How is that the top comment? Do better comment, likers.
That is
the dumbest comment.
That is super. I'm sorry, but yeah.
I'm sorry, Carol. There's nothing wrong with your comment. There's just a problem with the content of your comment.
You got to read the rest of that one. Carrie and Dave are terrible.
Kevin would be too. If Kevin was on camera on film, he would like in a real thing. Like he'd be too busy like fawning over himself, fixing his hair constantly, trying to. He's very self-absorbed, guys. It would not work.
It's true. No, okay. The whole comment is, I think Kevin would be a great TV presenter. He's informative and interesting, and very handsome.
Yes. And Dave has a nice beard.
Was that Blue Ridge Mama?
No,
that was BRM. It's just signed BRM. I don't know what that means.
You just reminded me of something. Although she might hear this, I have to go delete a comment from my video, from my picker video. Somebody was being inappropriate, and I never got to it because I was watching a movie. So
nice inappropriate or mean inappropriate?
No, like bad, like they're in love with me kind of stuff, And I told her, I said, Blue Ridge Mama carries weapons. You better watch out. So.
Ooh, wow. I've never had the in love with me comment, but you deserve it,
Kevin. Kevin gets a lot of those, I bet.
I'm just trying to say it loud enough that I get a reaction, but apparently she's not in.
No, I'm pretty sure she doesn't care.
Carrie, Kevin slays at the nursing home. Slays.
Oh, I know, dude.
All right, so I'll say the Bonanza sale. The Bonanza sale, since we're on this kick here, the Bonanza sale, Carrie, was a vintage Summer's Eve body bar. Vintage Summer's Eve.
Is that like a
body bar?
Okay. Is that like what is that? What is a vintage Summer's
Eve? I think that's a douche. That's my guess.
Well, it's the brand name, but this is a body bar, which is a soap.
Can we stop talking about inappropriate things and talk about reselling, Kevin? I don't know why you have to bring it there.
We're trying to do a professional podcast.
Who buys a whatever?
Drew, have you guys seen Drew's Broken Item? The saga of Drew's Broken Item. Drew's Profit Monsters.
I did watch some of that. Yeah, it was pretty clickbaity, the title, yeah.
Well, it wasn't even that it was clickbaity. It's just like, I honestly, and Drew, I love you. I think your expectation is wrong.
That's inappropriate.
I think your expectations are wrong, because basically he sent a $400 piece of artwork, and he sent it in the frame, the glass frame, which... Personally, I don't do. I take it out and put it in a poster tube.
Listen to this, Dave.
Just put it in a couple poly bags.
Okay, but no, that's fine. Whatever. If you want to ship it that way, that's fine. Okay, it got destroyed. The glass, cut it up. The glass stamp, a $400 artwork, destroyed in shipping. And Drew said he's been calling up eBay and fighting with eBay because eBay, he thinks, should cover it and take care of it because... For some reason, it should be protected by eBay's buyer and seller protection.
I was hearing that too, and I'm like, that.
And I was like, no, it's definitely UPS, right? Don't you instantly think UPS should be how you deal with this?
Yeah, I don't know why you would think eBay would take care of that when it was nothing to do with eBay. It had everything to do with either UPS or your package.
He's getting frustrated at eBay because he's getting different stories, but at the end of the day, like, I think it's gotta be UPS that takes care of that. Like, if you damage something in shipping, it's UPS or USPS. It's never going to be eBay that takes care of
I'm tired of this picking on the eBay Corporation, guys. They're wonderful.
Did you get a sponsorship?
No. Carrie? Well, listen. And actually, Kevin, interesting story, true story. He asked for permission to record, and they said no. the phone call with
Can
eBay.
you? I was thinking about that when it was happening. Can you,
Did you see I did that?
I did see you did that, so I'm like, I wonder if Kevin asked for permission.
Yeah,
Don't ask.
This is how we
Better
get
to ask
Kevin. We never
forgiveness
tell him we're
than
recording.
permission.
We're just
Yeah.
talking.
Anyways, I want you guys down below, go watch Profit Monster's video. It's a good video, but I am confused by the take of eBay should pay for the damage or whatever. I mean, I'm all for trying. Let's try to get as much money out of eBay as we can. But I just honestly feel like that's a shipping issue. You got to deal with. I hate dealing with UPS on freaking broken items because they want to pick the item up every time, and it's a nightmare. Like USPS, I feel like broken or lost is way easier to deal with than UPS. But I don't know if you've had good luck with UPS.
Yeah, I mean,
I've
when
never
you
had
set
good luck
something
with them.
like we're shipping out that Christmas tree, and of course it's a little bit nerve wracking because I've already spent the money gambling here in Vegas, so we don't
And on
have
crack.
that money anymore.
Yeah.
Gambling, it's all under that.
Gambling on your life.
Will
Will I live?
No, but it's all seriousness. That's why when I ship something fragile like that, I like to keep the money set aside until it's actually got a feedback, so that and I'm sure that's what he did as well. I'm not saying
he seemed cool. He wants
know.
the buyer to get taken care of and all that. I just don't understand the thought that eBay would pay for this issue.
Did you see when I shipped those pendant things that I bought at Uncle Mark's garage sale? You know, I already had it in my mind, right? I didn't even up the insurance on those. I'm like, I'm going to pack this thing so good. Yeah. There's no way it's going to get broken. And you know what? It got there. But I think if it got broken, I don't know. I don't think I'd do anything.
But yeah,
I don't think I'd do anything. I would do what the insurance would, whatever they cover, I'd go through the rigmarole, whatever. Yeah. At some point, are you going to spend 10 hours doing something? I don't know. $400 is a lot of money, though.
It is. What's your guys' go-to stool softener?
Metamucil.
I just felt like we hadn't talked about poop at all. It's been 36 minutes.
You don't need a softener. Just get the Eneman.
But anyways, I would say watch Profit Monster's video about this and let me know in the comments if I'm crazy and eBay should pay for it, because I'm just curious.
Is there some extenuating circumstances you're not telling us? Because Dave, listening to Dave,
I have ADHD. I might have glazed over something, but to me it sounded like he just thought eBay should cover it, and I'm not really sure why, and I don't remember why.
Because he knows Harry Tornado.
Maybe he might. Yeah. Drew, did you say that when you called? Did you say, "Hey, I know Harold Tornado"?
Oh, hey, speaking of, when I did that, Dave, that video, I got so many people like, "Oh, dude, they only do this. You get to speak to an American and stuff." And like, what? Oh, really? And they're like, "You get a special phone number, and you told them you were a Commonwealth picker and whatever." Yeah. I'm like, "Well, that lady didn't know who I was from anybody." And I did it before. I did this like 2 years ago. I called up and I had it down there.
Well, maybe you guys have the Commonwealth picker phone number to Drew.
Do you guys even have a landline out there?
A couple times. I think what?
Do you guys have a landline? Yeah, do you have a landline, or is it just all mail?
No.
There is multiple phone numbers for eBay. You got to call the right one.
And I post the number I call in there. And there's still some tricks to it, but we won't tell you unless you're in the Patreon. So,
That's exactly right.
Look at this shill. Okay, so anyways,
That's not true.
so you didn't. So, Carrie, Facebook. I'm glad to hear you felt the same way. You were also confused by that.
Yeah, I did think that. Yeah, I wasn't going to put him on blast on America's
I will happily put everyone on.
Podcast,
hey, he mocked me in his show, so I'm going to put him on blast. I put everyone on blast on this show.
Yes, Jimmy last week.
No one's safe. No one's safe.
I was going to pick on Baldy Pow.
Okay, pick on him.
Speaking of $600, Baldy Pow put out a post. He's like, I sent a message to my senator about the $600 limit. They're coming after the little guy and whatever. You didn't see that?
No.
What do you think? Do you think that
has he not been paying tax? Has he been tax evading?
That's what people were. That's what people were criticizing it back for.
But here, in all seriousness, why waste your time writing a senator? What's it going to do? What's it going to do? I'm sorry, is that
is it Senator jaded? Palpatine?
Am I being too jaded? But what's it going to do other than take away from?
It was interesting to read the response. I have to,
because I feel like if you were to write Senator Palpatine, he might bring you over to the dark side.
Well, when certain people talk about going after, not protecting the little guy, what's 600? Why not 500? Why not 900? Why not 10,000? What's 600?
They want you to have to pay taxes if you sell a cell phone. That's basically 600, right?
Yeah.
Boom.
You think that's what it is?
No.
I mean, where does the 600 come
Because it's
from?
probably not going to be all profit. Well, I can't get bashing on Baldy.
Yeah,
Pal.
but that's
I was supposed
the whole
to do a
thing,
live
right?
with him.
It is all profit unless you go through the rigmarole to figure out to write it off and it's done. That's the point I think he was trying to make, which is a good point.
Yeah. Like my brother now won't sell anything on eBay because of that new law. And it's like he just wants to upgrade his phone. Now he has to go through T-Mobile because he doesn't want to sell it on eBay, and T-Mobile freaking wrecks him on the value.
And that's exactly why I said that reselling is going to be better in the years to come for people who've got their stuff straight. Reseller Genie, check the link below.
Oh, we're going to put my link down there?
Put my link down there, guys. I don't think anyone's ever even clicked on mine yet.
Come on.
Okay, so
I don't think so.
I can't get mad at Baldy. I was supposed to do a live with Baldy this week, and he did cancel last minute, but he had a family emergency, and he was at the ER, so I guess I can't really...
And so you went live without me.
I went live without Kevin on my channel. I was going to ask Kevin, but then I knew he'd say no, so I invited someone else in Lynchburg. I was like, I know another teacher from Lynchburg who's boring. Was too kind. Here's Brandon.
I got on there. Brandon would not rip on me. As much as you insisted on him trying to rip on me on that show, he wouldn't say a bad word about me.
Dude, one thing I like about Brandon as opposed to you, Kevin, is he didn't give up. He kept teaching.
Didn't give up. Yeah, he kept teaching. Yeah, he's still molding young minds.
What does he teach?
English. Although history is more of his passion, without a doubt.
Okay.
My cat keeps snorting, and I don't know where it is. It's all the way over there. Wow. It must be stuffed up.
Speaking of, here, I've got a topic. You talk about your cat. I don't know how that reminded me of this, but I bought a mink coat.
Okay.
On the video
animal
today.
hater.
I know. Wow,
oh my god!
If I had some red paint, I'd throw it at you.
That really goes with your 1930s villain vibe that you're putting on.
Yeah.
He wears it like Cruella de Vil. I will give you $1 for this coat, and I'll eat your puppies.
This coat is old. It's super old. Not whatever. But
did you get that kind of comment?
Oh yeah, plenty of them, and I've just let them ride here. It's interesting to see.
Why though, Kev? Because you could have brought that animal back to life if you hadn't bought it.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. I haven't got back on and looked at it because we were watching.
That's always the thing I struggle. Like it's already dead. Like you can't undead it.
I was not any part of this process nor looking for one. It just showed up at a yard sale.
I've never bought one. I don't think I've ever bought one. Period. Ever. I just don't know anything about them. But
I always picture
just some about it looked in. It's like, man, this is like nice. It's in great shape, and there's $25, and I'm gonna make money on it.
Do you ensconce yourself in it, like nude underneath, and you just wear it around?
I picture Kevin kind of like Joe Namath in the fur coat, smoking, black and white picture in his early 50s, 1972ish.
I like it.
Little Joe Burrow actually.
Joe Burrow, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
See, it's coming
People
back.
I've never heard of. Hey, Kevin, did you do any picking this week at all? Or no? You're just not even picking anymore.
Any general work at all?
When will you go back to picking?
Oh, my daughter had a gymnastic event, so I don't know. I have enough video to get to the spring, but I was thinking, Dave, actually to come see a bowl game or two down your way after Christmas, but I think I'm not going to do that.
Fine. I was excited for a minute, and then it's gone. It's passed.
Well, I don't think I'm going to do it.
Las Vegas has a bowl.
Wait, I'm not done with my topic here. I could do that, actually. I might fly out there.
Yeah.
Do it.
You're going to fly out there?
Everybody buys leather coats. You eat at McDonald's. That animal's not. Is the mink? The mink is like not at all.
I don't even know what a mink is. I'm gonna look it up.
Haven't you ever watched the Alaska shows? They trap them up there.
Oh, it's cute. You killed one of these, Kevin?
Yeah,
you're a monster.
And you're profiting off the video?
Here's your thumbnail. Wrap a mink around it.
Yeah. Yes, do it.
And like you give him like a cane like Kramer in that episode of Seinfeld.
Have me throwing red paint on them. Like one of those
this is not the Reseller Clickbait podcast. I'm going to commission Jimmy, and he can do this for us.
If it was them, it would just be like, I don't know, like some random... Like,
Kevin's cup comes to life, and they just put shoes on it.
Y'all are terrible to Jimmy. What nice guys over there.
Like we're nice to Ken.
Dracula in the corner for no reason.
Mr. Bill, we're nice to Mr. Bill.
Yeah.
So that's 1 out of 1. Listen, Jimmy messaged me after the show and said he loved the trash talk. Yeah. So,
I ripped on Yakov Benz and he loved the trash.
Well,
I mean, I'm like,
you also called him Jackoff Benz. I don't know if you knew you did that.
No,
I'm just saying.
Nothing of the sort.
That was very inappropriate. Anyways, so this is a premiere, right? We're doing a premiere. Hi again, guys.
Hey,
we're also in the chat.
We're typing down below. Hello.
We're doing a premiere.
We're going to do a premiere again.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Why? Because you got a super chat?
No, because someone already promised another super chat.
$60 we made, guys. Go ahead, throw up some more super chats.
Super chat it up! Hey, make some preemptive dolphin noises just out of anticipation right now. Dolphins!
That's worth at least a nickel.
I like the giraffe noises that y'all tried.
Oh, that Brandon tried to make? Yeah, that was pretty horrifying.
Brandon. I bought a giraffe coat last week at the last sale. I was
You killed and skinned a giraffe too?
You killed Jeffrey, my childhood hero.
With you? He is a monster. You heard it here. Commonwealth Picker's a monster. Title, thumbnail, done.
I'm sure there's a picture of him on some safari, over an elephant.
Is there anything you've ever bought that people are like, you shouldn't have bought that?
There's things that I've wanted to buy because
they were. Most of the stuff he buys, they say that.
Most of the stuff they're like, why did you buy that? You're gonna
did find money. I had an X-Men board game that a kid was in a kid's room, whatever, a bunch of kids' games, and I bought it. And I'm going through all the stuff, and there's a penthouse in there. So a kid was stuffing his penthouse in the board game, so mom wouldn't find it.
This was Carrie's bedroom.
Yeah.
Kevin, here's something that happened to me, and I want to know how you'd play it when you edit the footage. Okay, so Friday or Saturday, it was Saturday. I was at a house at a yard sale. And they had a bunch of keepsake ornaments. And I had been buying all those keepsake ornaments from Mike on Whatnot. And he was selling some really good ornaments, like $30, $20, $35 ornaments, right? And so I'm looking up his ornaments. And I'm like, oh, wow, that one's going to sell for $30. That one's going to sell for $25. I ended up selling them on Whatnot and almost got eBay value on some and some way less. The point is I had this misconception that keepsake ornaments were worth a lot of money. So I go to this estate sale. They've got a whole table of keepsake ornaments. I'm like, I just did really well on keepsake ornaments. I'm going to buy them all. And I said, how much to buy them all? I'm like, if I get them for like $2 a piece, that's what I paid Mike. I'll be doing great. Right?
No, topic, brand. Sometimes you can cross topic.
$2 a piece is not a good price.
The magic moving ones are good. The newer magic.
These are the oldest. They're all from the early '90s, and they don't move. They're like a little raccoon or something like that. Like
terrible.
Unless it's like AC Slater, it's not going to be worth anything.
Here's an example, right? A little squirrel. This one's actually really adorable, but it's not. It's only worth $3.99, right? And I'm like, oh, all right, let's do. He comes back with like $100. I was like, fine, I'll do $100. So it's like $2, $1.90 a piece, basically. I got 55 of them. And I was talking to Carrie on the phone. I was like, I think I really screwed up this buy. Because Tina, I give her the ornaments. I'm like, list anything that's over $10. I just need to see, like, how many I got.
There are none.
She's almost done with all 55, and she's, like, gotten 5 listed. 50 bucks
I will say,
listed.
I'm going to give Commonwealth Picker a compliment here. I feel like he's much more even keel than me and you, Dave. Like, I will get like you. Like, I'll get excited by a find I have in the day, and then shortly after, the same day or another day, I'll find something like that and then overpay for it because I did well on the first one.
Yeah.
I feel like Kevin's much more analytical, cold, thoughtless, and just straight to the point.
No, I mean, that's a really good point about Kevin's analytics. Anyways, Kevin, so she goes through, there's basically 49 that are worth $5 to $10.
And these are the ones you pawned off on your fans, on Whatnot.
$3.
Call them out, Kevin.
Not yet. I do have a lot of those still. I haven't sold.
It's in the works.
The problem was, like, I kept wanting to sell the real fire ones, so I kept putting up really good ones on the auction.
Calm down, fellow teen.
Do you remember me at that sale, Dave, the one where I returned the jacket that was torn and you found a bunch of cool stuff? I bought a bunch of Star Trek ornaments from that guy.
I remember that.
And he had a whole box, but they were all the same ornament. We ended up selling them for $7 plus shipping a piece, which is not good. But there was a whole box full of the exact same ornament, and it was $1 a piece.
Okay.
Right? And so I'm like, well, let's go. You make $4 a piece and you sell 20 of them. It's like one listing.
Yeah, that's like $300.
No.
No.
No. Just no. Just no.
The answer is no. some of those
I had to
cards?
get
Carrie, I need to buy a card. Actually, you should send me one since I sent you an ornament.
I can get you a Wally Joyner rookie. You want a Wally Joyner
Ooh,
rookie?
yeah.
This ornament was like the last one she went to look up for me, Kev. And if you look here,
so it paid off.
This ornament saved my cookies.
Yes, it did.
All the sold comps are like $50 to $60.
Yeah, there you
on
go.
One of the ornaments.
There you go.
The 5 she listed for 10, and then that one got my 100 back, and then everything else, the 49 others, are going to be profit.
You are under the gun though, kind of, to sell it in the next couple weeks, or you may be sitting on them for a while.
Till next year, yeah. But
No,
I'm going to sell them all. They're all going to be on Whatnot.
It could have been a massive mistake and failure, let's be honest.
Honestly, what I've been doing with those ornaments, the ones I got at that sale, is I'm lotting them up in like 4 or 5. And I'll say, here's 4 of the smaller, less valuable ones. And, you know, I did a couple of those. They got like $12 for 4, 14
In
bucks
order
for 4.
to get this one, you have to take this crap off my hands.
Yeah. So that's how I'm dealing with those. Is I'm selling them basically, I guess I was kind of averaging like $3 a piece, $3 to $4 a piece. So I'll make a tiny bit of money on them, but it's all profit because just the ones I have listed on eBay are going to get my base back. So it's all right. Yeah. It wasn't as bad of a buy as I was scared it was.
Do you remember the ornament I told you to look for last week?
No.
Old World Christmas, OWC.
Oh, yes,
remember
that's
that
right.
One? Radko, of course, are good.
Yeah.
Radko's good. Christopher Radko.
Yeah.
Yes.
Christopher Robin. So what do you think about Winnie the Pooh going public domain? Like, you can use them in your thumbnails now.
Oh, they didn't do some
Winnie the Pooh is public domain now.
Oh, wow.
For real. Kevin's looking so confused over there.
He's like, I am going to put
Disney
Winnie
let that happen? Or is it
Yeah.
because of the age of... How's it work?
I don't know how it works.
Wasn't Mickey Mouse going to hit public domain and they figured out some loophole?
They didn't figure it out with Winnie the Pooh, hence the new movie coming out called Blood and Honey, Winnie the Pooh, which is a horror movie about someone dressed like Winnie the Pooh murdering a bunch of people.
I'm putting Winnie the Pooh in all my thumbnails, all of them.
Yeah.
It's me and Winnie the Pooh at a garage sale.
Well, there's some weird caveat to it, like you can't have his red shirt that says Pooh on it. I think that's like the one thing.
That was a later creation.
Yeah, but the original is like Winnie the Pooh, his name and like his likeness, you can now use now whenever
Pooh
you want.
written in yellow blood instead.
Yes.
It's kind of crazy though that Disney would let that happen. That kind of blew my mind.
Well, if they let it happen, it's probably because
they're investing all their money on the new
couldn't do anything
Ducks
about
TV
it.
Yeah,
show.
they were trying to fight against it, and they failed, from what I understand.
And this is like, I'm wondering, because copyright, worldwide versus the United States and whatever, that's an interesting.
Is this the segment where we talk about, we pontificate about copyright law and we don't know anything about it?
Well, okay, Kevin, point. So is your bolo of the week these old world ornaments, or do you have a new one?
No, it's
You've got
the
all the
Summer's
knowledge.
Eve body bar.
Oh, I have to give Death Pile Picker some credit, Kevin. I was laughing out loud. Kevin shows up in his Whatnot auction where he's selling just all plush, and he's like, "Oh, what? Commonwealth Picker's in the house!" He like starts screaming with excitement. He's like, "All right, I'll be right back," and he runs back and he puts like a bunch of Tupperware down. He's like, "All right, we're running these Tupperware bowls." It was so good.
Did he get Kevin to bid more than $1 on?
He never even ran on me. I bet Kevin, you would have bid on those, right?
I would have been on.
Yeah, you would have been on those, and he would.
Don't tell him that because he's gonna do a Tupperware auction. Yeah. I'm not showing up.
I bought a Tupperware thing this weekend. I have no idea what it is. It's like, it almost reminded me of a salad spinner. It was like 3 bowls inside of each other, and I don't know. I don't even know what I should have.
It was nice though, Dave. You started your Whatnot while his was still going, so his emptied out, and I just bought all this stuff for nothing.
Oh, did you actually buy something on there?
Yeah, I bought a ton of stuff.
You'll make a ton of money on his stuff.
Yeah, it wasn't all that good. I'll make a little money. It wasn't. Well, when you're doing plush and some of them are bigger, you can't get the cheap shipping, and I won't lose money.
This will affect Kevin more than me and Carrie, because me and Carrie are not calculated enough to actually take advantage of things like this.
They're
flat rate shipping boxes are going away. Kevin, tell us why that matters for those
regional
of you who,
flat rate or all flat
regional
rate?
I believe the regional A and B or something like that are going away.
It will make almost no difference whatsoever.
I thought you made a video about how you can save money using regional boxes. I remember watching
that. I did make that video, and back then it was more relevant than it is now. Okay. And on top of that, it was really designed for people who only ship through the post office. Because if you're shipping UPS, it's almost always cheaper to ship something like that, UPS. I mean, UPS is getting cheap. If it's like over 3 pounds, you almost have to check UPS these days because it's. I mean,
but am I the only one that's like lazy and ships priority for more money, so he doesn't have to go to the UPS store?
Yes.
I use UPS.
Well, I don't go
exclusively
to UPS
for my lead cannonballs that I sell.
And how do you get your UPS packages? Do you pay them to come pick them up, or is there some way I can get them to pick them up for free?
Carrie knows the answer to this question.
Yeah, you got to go drop them off, dude.
No, my dad takes them.
Oh yeah, your dad. Your dad's not willing to come to Vegas and take them.
Yeah, I'm trying to avoid the bringing them to UPS problem. I want them to.
It is
USPS
a problem. Matter of fact,
I have my
comes to my house.
Do it. So
all right, so if I'm looking at it, and it is my dad doing the work, so I don't really care that much, But it's only an extra mile, and there's a nice restaurant
when
there.
I talked to him, he was talking about how he wished he could have retired.
Yeah. Yeah, he said something about wishing how he had less children.
No,
one specifically.
Yeah, the major baseball star he wanted, but like minor baseball star.
That's right. My brother was far better. All right. Yeah. So my brother was California Player of the Year, Carrie.
I heard that.
I know that.
Anyway,
and you were Miss America.
I was. Yeah. So I have, if I have like one package that's going to UPS, then I'll look at the other ones. If it's like 50 cents cheaper, $1 cheaper, I'll go UPS. Actually, if it's 50 cents cheaper, I'll go post office if I can use their box versus my box. Mm-hmm. Right. But if it's a buck, I'm like, forget it. But if I've already got one that has to go UPS, then I'm taking that discount. But if there's nothing going to UPS, I'm not going to save $2.
That's okay. So you do kind of do what I do then, because that's similar to me. Like if I know one has to go UPS, I'll do more UPS.
But you don't know my dad. He would be like, "Oh, $2? I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll drive an extra, mile and whatever."
Yeah, I love how
for $2
uphill both ways in the snow.
I love how he tells the story.
Drive an hour down the road to save 2 cents on a gallon of gas.
The real story is he yells at his dad, "It's $2. Take it, Dad. I can't. We're not gonna. Yeah.
If you don't want to take it, you can give me the $2.
You can't unionize,
you old turd."
You old turd. His dad's an angel. We all know.
He is. He seems much better than Kevin. Mm-hmm.
Ask my mom.
Oh, if he's an angel? All right, I'm gonna ask him. I'm gonna ask her. I lost this thing I was looking at. Oh, okay. So flat rate boxes, Kevin doesn't care. I thought this would be like a 30-minute topic, and he'd have like a spreadsheet he could pull
up. Flat rate boxes. Actually, regional flat rate boxes are more important than flat rate boxes. Flat rate boxes are just a waste of money. Period.
Aren't boxes rectangles?
They can be rectangles, triangles, and
squares. Put them in a bag. Put them in a bag.
All right, Carrie.
Now wait a minute. Hold on. Now the problem is, it looks like there's another jump in there. As long as if they've got the envelopes, the flat rate envelopes, the paper ones and the bubble one, that can affect some people for sure. So we'll see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say that Lavender Clothesline actually commented on my video.
No
and
way.
Said that she did not like Commonwealth Pickers content.
Yeah, right.
That's all true, and none of that was made up.
That is not true. Did she comment on your video?
No, not at all. No, it was all a lie. But listen, I have so many amazing comments, and I'm gonna put one. Let's see. Do we have like a chat or something so I can get Carrie to read it? Sure. Like I said, because some of this stuff is really good. How do I? Oh, you know what? I'll text it to you, Carrie. Did you see a text?
Yeah, I got my zone right here.
So this isn't on this video. It's on my Flipper, but some of these comments are quite good. Here, read that one, Carrie. I just texted it to you on the textual phone.
All right. Do you want me to
read it?
I overdo it?
I wouldn't. I mean, I don't think you need to.
Okay.
Hey.
All right.
Go.
2020 changed my career drastically. Was super depressed and anxious, and finally had enough. Left my job in March and this year to find happiness in small things again. Started reselling, and although the pay is different, the pay difference is quite drastic. The happiness I get from it overrides any paycheck. As long as I can make enough to support my family, and I can do so happily. That's all that matters. I love watching your channel, American Arbitrage, and attending your whatnots. Your channel helped me through the transition period, and I left my job.
Period.
I really appreciate your honest content, Carrie.
Listen, okay, and hold on, one more, because this is there's a reason I'm doing this. Because,
are you gonna cry?
Hey, he's a professional reader. He reads.
Yeah, man, he's good. He's way better than me. And
check out my
Speaking of American Bubble Boy, we need to do a little spot here. Y'all go down American Bubble Boy. People have been buying like crazy. You're running out. Buy it now before the end of the year.
Do it.
So you can write it off this year, buy enough for all of next year. Go ahead.
Dude, I screwed up my American Bubble Boy. He gave me like a bajillion bubble bucks, right? Like $500 worth of bubble bucks. Well, Joel, are you listening? Because Joel? I went there. I went there. Listen, show, Dave. I went there, Joel, and I clicked the button to get my coupon, and then I ordered one thing of bubble wrap, right? Like $30-$40, whatever it costs to get a thing of bubble wrap. And I applied the coupon, and I went on. I was like, wait. Why does my email say I got a $500 coupon, right? And I went back, and the coupon no longer works. So I somehow redeemed. It up. I somehow redeemed all $500, and then the coupon code was a one-time use. It's not like a gift card where you can go back and reuse it. So I used all the $500 in bubble bucks for one order of bubble wrap. Whatever, it's fine. Maybe I'll email him and see. I mean, I don't really deserve the free bubble bucks, but maybe I'll give them back.
Email Joel and tell him that the sponsorship's about to run around. You're very thankful. I would have never done this show without Joe sponsoring this. True.
Yeah, they weren't making a dime. He made Kevin think he could make money from this.
Yeah, and just to be fair, we're on the verge. We're ready to talk about Canadian Bubble Boy at any moment as soon as that is up.
I'm doing it.
So we want to talk about American Bubble Boy.
We need a new sponsor.
Our favorite.
Hey, I have somebody who's interested in a sponsorship. I haven't told y'all about it yet because they're not ready to roll. Yeah, what happened to that, Dave? Come on. You've brought no sponsorships. Carrie's brought a sponsorship to this show before.
How?
Dave's brought nothing but editing ability.
Yeah, nothing but
know-how.
And the whole idea. Okay, no, read this. Okay, I want you to read this next one. And this is like logo. The rare occasion where we have like an emotional moment. Gary, go ahead. Don't.
You sent me like a book, first off.
It's not a book. Long. It's a paragrh. Go.
I'll read this. All right, go ahead.
It's good.
We have music or like sad music. Wait, it's too loud.
When you read copy, Carrie, you gotta do this.
Oh
yeah.
Okay. I was at my lowest point of my life 2 years ago. No job, disabled after an accident that nearly took my life. I had no money, no prospects. And one day I stumbled upon someone flipping video games to build their collection, going to thrift stores and yard sales, and it quickly clicked in my head that I could do that myself and make money actually for the things I needed. 2 years later, I've moved into my own place. I'm paying off my medical bills, and I'm the happiest I've ever been in a long time. I don't want to say that reselling and resellers saved my life, but I was close to giving up on everything. I'm thankful for you and all the other resellers who share their experiences with the world and show people that you can do it. Thank you for making this content. I do watch you when I list, and it makes the process more enjoyable.
I don't care so much. Listen, he's really good at that. I don't care about like the plaudits towards me or you or other resellers, but I just think it's cool.
It was about me. But...
well, he says other resellers. I just think it's cool, like, to take a minute and appreciate all the people out there on the other side of the camera, right, Kevin? The people who are watching and sending you money for your shed, that they have their own story, right? And they have their own play, and I just thought that was kind of cool. And so I don't know, I like hearing those kind of success stories and that sort of thing.
You guys are getting a glimpse at the sweet Dave that you guys don't usually get to see.
I try not to show sweet Dave.
He's sweet
he must be getting more sleep lately.
Yeah, I'm not sleeping at all because of my tooth. I'll be honest. My tooth was so bad today that when it finally went away, the pain.
You're getting drugged, Dave, not low-slept Dave.
That
drugs,
I did not take.
Dave.
My dad did give me some of his I don't know what it's called, Tramadine, but I didn't take it because I'm too scared of drugs. So I'm just not even gonna touch it. But yeah,
very carry of you.
Yes, I worry about
terrified of. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, seriously.
Well, I've also taken 19 in like 24 hours, so I'm a little concerned about my stomach bleeding out. So that's a whole separate.
You got to watch your liver. I've read a lot.
Yes, yeah. Plus, I'm on. Yeah. Anyways, we won't talk about that. This is a bad rabbit hole we're going down. Hey, speaking of rabbits, Kevin, do you have any rabbit hats or coats that you're wearing lately?
Any other animals that you've?
But speaking of blowing up, have you seen Art of Resale's Instagram and his TikTok?
No,
he's blowing up. He just went right past me. So, Art, if you're listening, just want you to know that your appearance on this podcast,
he's significantly better at short form than you.
He's better than all of us, honestly.
Yeah.
He's
so
really good at it.
Our way
he's
for the rest of your
gifted.
Life.
He's a gifted editor. He has a great personality.
And he's short.
Good. Yeah, he's short. Yeah. He's shorter than all of us, so we all approve of everything he's doing.
Yes, indeed. No, I'm not surprised. He does great short form content, without a doubt.
Yes, he does.
No doubt. I've kind of so with my short form, I think after the comment that said, Dave, I get you don't add a ton of reselling education to your content, but this content has any value. It's nothing. This is nothing content. And I agree. I watched it, and I was like, wow, this was the worst short I've ever seen. I didn't make it. That person made it for me. But it was like, literally nothing happened in the whole thing. I'm just like in the middle of a sentence of a Flipper video.
But you put it out there?
Yeah, I didn't even watch it before I hit publish.
You didn't watch a short? This is like
maybe I should start watching the content before I put it out.
I said that. I was like, I think I need to start watching it. Well, I'm at this point, like, I went and I watched a bunch of them, and there's so many with, like, grammar errors, and it's like, do I want to get this person to fix them, or do I want to just go back to making them myself? So now I'm just making my own TikToks again and shorts and whatever.
So you fired him?
I didn't fire him. I just kind of stopped talking to him. I mean, it wasn't like a contract or anything. I feel
like you'd be good at firing people.
You're fired.
I feel like that would be something you're a natural at.
No, so I don't know. I'm just back to. I don't know. I'm just gonna have to make I like my own so much better.
On the TikTok grind,
I have so much more pride in like the things I'm making, even if they're not like formulaic in the way that they were making them with all the words popping up and stuff. I just think, for me, they're what I want to watch. And
you think we just thought you just picked up a camera and just here you went with it, you know?
Yeah. I kind of.
That's kind of the feel of the Flipper video, but I think that's why your Flippers work, because that's kind of how they roll.
Yeah,
it's just
organic,
stream of consciousness.
Yeah.
Everything's in their mistakes, non-mistakes, all of it. And that's, speaking of the Flipper content, people are, did you see John Cincinnati Pickers putting out Flipper videos?
On his normal channel?
Yeah, he used to put them out on the Picker, his Cincinnati Picker channel.
Not on the sports channel, though.
I thought he was spending all his time on the Raccoon channel.
Yeah. And Tricky Like Ricky, man, he's a shill too now, like us.
I know.
He's selling mugs and T-shirts and stuff like that. Tricky Like Ricky, man, they're good.
Yeah, he really is. Look at this. These are Flipper style videos. Wow, what a poser.
Huh? Oh yeah.
He totally didn't do them first.
Way to jump on a trend you started 4 years ago.
Dude, there is a lot more people making Flipper videos now, Kevin.
He was definitely before us.
Did you see Walter Blake Knobloch is in action now? He's daily. He's doing Vlogmas.
Oh, so is Bearded Thrift Machine's doing Flipper on a new channel. Flipper videos are in apparently in the wintertime. I think
Ginger Marvin's doing Binmas, which is just going to the bins, I guess, every day.
But that's not Flipper content.
No, that isn't. Sorry, I was just shouting out them.
Walter Blake Knobloch is basically just talking. I mean, I've been watching them because, like, I think he's a great guy. Like, he's a funny guy. Like, I got to meet him at FlipCon,
but he's tall.
He is tall. It's pretty gross how tall he is. He's like over 5'6".
I like when he shook me and told me to get it together, man.
Did he do that to you?
Yeah, he did. I was like, dude.
Why did he do that? Why didn't you have it together?
No, it was just I was just started crying when I was talking to him.
He got banned. So he got banned. He did a video about how he got banned from Amazon Canada. And this brings up the Amazon topic because our favorite flipper, Rake and Profit, did a video.
He's making money in his sleep.
He did a video. He's done with eBay. He's done with eBay. And first of all,
he hates all eBayers too, I think was the video.
He actually got a nice lighting setup, a good mic, so it's like it looks like, my room here now, but he couldn't do that for our show, right? Yeah. For our show, he had a horrible setup, horrible mic, but now he's got, like, he must have, after coming on the show, he's like, man, I really need to up my, my visual.
He's making that's what he thought. Hundreds of thousands of dollars a month profit on Amazon, I think. So he
may have called eBay sellers sheep in his video. I don't know if you watched it.
Mm-hmm. May have.
And I just can't get over personally. And so this is what he says. A big part of what he was saying is, if you're selling on eBay, you're leaving a ton of money on the table because Amazon is easier, you make more money, blah, blah, blah.
I don't think he said that. Well, I don't think he said it was easier. In one sense, he said it was easier because it's somewhat, once it's off, you're not
you're not fulfilling it. Yeah.
But learning the process and the intricacies of it, I think, are more difficult.
That's what he said. It's like a little bit of a learning curve, but once you get it down, it's easier to sell on Amazon, right? Once you can make more money. With it.
Yeah.
No, but he's right in a sense, Kerry, because you send 1 or 2 boxes to Amazon fulfillment center, and then you don't do anything.
Amazon.
Yeah,
you can't scale eBay unless you hire an artist.
There's no soul in Amazon, though. It's no creativity. It's so boring. Like, it's like a Thomas Kincaid art store in the mall. And I feel like eBay is like Monet on the banks of the River Seine or whatever the heck that river is in Paris. And he's painting with love baseball cards for $1. instead of
I just on a personal level hate Amazon. So I'm just like against it because they banned me.
You hate the business.
No, and Amazon, I know how to do it, right? Like the whole like people
well, you're not
going to
get invited on a space flight now. You screwed that up.
Him saying people don't do it because they don't want to learn it and it's too hard and they don't have the intelligence or anything like that. Like that's bullcrap, right? Anyone can do it. Anyone can learn it. And I think he really believes that if you buy his course that you can learn to sell on Amazon.
Now let's be real here. So was that whole thing a setup? Because that's how I read it. That's how I read the whole thing.
Oh man,
it felt like the whole thing was a setup to sell his course, but maybe not.
Not that he doesn't believe it.
He does believe it, and I just think like at the end of the day, it's not for everyone. I don't trust them as a company because, like I said, I sold on Amazon. I totally get the profit. I totally have done it. I had a $40,000 or $50,000 year with them. They banned me for no freaking reason and kept a lot of my money, and so I'm not going to do business with them again. But I totally get it. I just don't think that everyone needs to become an Amazon seller. I think you can if you want to.
I do think it is for some. I think it works better for some people. It just depends on your personality, what you enjoy doing.
Yes, totally.
It's totally. Whatever you enjoy.
It wouldn't. It's not going to work for me because I don't want a job, and that's a job.
It is.
That's a good way to put it.
Much more of a job. That is.
Yeah,
a very
it is
good point.
much more of a job. That's a good way. And I obviously don't want a job, guys, based on my copious amount of previous.
Amazon doesn't want.
I mean, people are going to say in the comments,
we don't want you.
People are going to say in the comments, what makes that a job and eBay not a job?
Because of the enjoyment of going out and picking what you're picking versus, I mean, if you're not even pallets. I mean, his business is eBay to Amazon at this point, so it's basically online arbitrage.
And he's not even doing it; he has VAs do it,
right? Mm-hmm.
But then he does all the receiving, so he receives all those eBay packages. He has to sort them, he has to clean them, he has to get stickers off them, he has to put new stickers on them.
I feel like that's just so boring. Like all you would have to do all day is just make TikTok videos with your mom. That's all you could do all day because you would have all your work done for you.
Well, and it's nothing. He's not selling things he's passionate about either, which is another nice thing about eBay. Is like you can pick action figures or sports cards or Tupperware, whatever you love.
Right. There's also different models on Amazon. Let's face it. There's not one model on eBay. And the book model and his mom is different than the model he's talking about. I'm sure there's different ways to teach it. He's probably got courses on both. But the big number that he threw out, was it 40K?
Yeah, 40K in a month.
Do you think this is profit or do you think this is
he said it was 12K profit.
12K profit.
There was another TikToker really did on
Which
that.
is a hefty
That's
amount
not
of money,
nothing.
no doubt about it.
That's a good amount of money, and it works for some people.
But is that profit after you pay all the VAs and everything? I'm curious. I'm not questioning. I'm curious. I'm not being.
It's probably not based on some other emails he sent out where he said he sent out emails saying he made $0 in profit in a month. So I don't know what that
was just
about.
The IRS. He put that one out to the IRS.
No, but okay, so it could be 12K in profit on the items. And then he's got to pay the VAs. He's got to pay.
Then it's not profit. Yeah, but I got you. So it just brings up the point with the GI Joes. I don't know if you saw, but I actually paid somebody to process those GI Joes because I wanted them out before Christmas, and we were gone. And I wanted to do other stuff, and list other stuff too because I've got to get through this whole thing before spring. So I'm doing an experiment. You'll see it on the Flipper channel, and to see, I actually have ended up paying somebody far more than I paid for the GI Joes. To see if I can make a profit, see if it's worth bringing somebody in to work on.
Random,
a friend of the family, a friend of the family, and Bubba's girlfriend.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see the result of that. So, I don't know. I just thought that was an interesting thing. And I know there's Amazon sellers that listen to the show, and I have no problem with it. You can make a ton of money. I just found it.
A ton of people do both.
I think you can make more money and a lot easier. Yes. Maybe not easier, but.
Well, you've got to. It's a different way to source, right? And it's not just eBay. He does eBay to Amazon, meaning he has people scouring eBay, and as soon as someone lists something, he'll buy it and he'll sell it on Amazon. But there's also the way I used to sell on Amazon is I would get out there and I'd do RA on video games, right? Video game RA is all I did, and I'd look up. I'd go to GameStop, I'd go to Target, and I'd go to their used games, and I'd look up the values on what they sell for on Amazon, because that's, you scan the barcode, you see what it sells for after fees. Amazon takes a ridiculous amount of fees, and they charge you to hold their items, stuff like that, so you got to figure that out. And even though maybe it sells on Amazon for 10 more than eBay, after all the fees, it's like the same profit, right? But it was kind of
the big money was in buying in bulk from GameStop.
Yes,
and not from
I
the
did a lot of
stores,
that,
but getting
yeah.
it all shipped to you. That was the big money. And there was
Glitches. A lot of them.
tons
A lot of
money
them
to be
do.
made.
A lot of them do the glitch stuff where they wait for websites to
Yep.
mess up. And
Mhm.
I remember the one glitch I got in on. I got in on one glitch when I was doing this. Amazon Warehouse, which is like Amazon's used department. And tell me in the comments, if you've been flipping long enough, you might remember this. 2012, 2013. They did a glitch where they priced all their video games at a penny. Okay, and so we were going in there and we're buying like 100 copies of Medal of Honor for $1, right? And I think I've got pictures somewhere in my Google Drive of like 300 video games that I got for $3. And then I sent them back to Amazon to sell as used via Amazon fulfillment. So that was like the one glitch ever that I got into, and it was amazing.
And tell me if I'm wrong, but GameStop would give you credits for buying things also back in the day, and then you take your credits. I mean, I know
I did tons of that. I did tons of that.
And I mean, he made like $200,000 when the pandemic hit. Man, he just made a ton of money on that stuff.
Same with
Crazy
Best Buy.
money.
I remember I made a ton on Best Buy, a ton on Blockbuster trade in. They were trading in for cash for a while. There was this
resellers are scumbags.
There was this website called CEX, which is like a UK company. But they tried to open up in the US, and when they opened in the US, they had these crazy trade-in things where like their values were based on the UK value. So you could go to GameStop and buy Toy Story Mania for $5, and because that game was rare in the UK, you could send it to this company in the US location now, and they'd give you $60 for it. And, you know, they went out of business probably because of me, is all I'm saying. Because I took advantage of that like crazy.
All right, totally off topic. I got a question that I wrote down for you, Carrie, and Dave, actually. Do you ever find multi-quantity items at the bins? Have you ever found multi-quantity items at the bins? Worth selling?
Yeah, I got one time I got Hep C, Hep B, and Hep A from one
all
item.
of them. Trifecta. The trifecta.
All the Heps.
One needle. That's all it took. No, recently I found there was a bunch of little baby outfits, San Jose Shark baby outfits. We found like in brand new condition. They didn't have tags, but they'd obviously never been worn. We found like 30, 40 of them. And they weighed nothing, like 1 ounce.
Yeah. Of the one time I did dumpster diving here in Lynchburg, or down there in Lynchburg, I found a bunch of baby sports team stuff. I can't remember what the team was, Duke maybe or something. And boy, they came out of there and they were going to run me out of there, man. I mean, boxes of it. I'm like, geez. They're like, we're calling the cops. And I'm like, I'm gone. See ya.
It's not like I've been there, done that.
I want to get into dumpster diving. I've never really done it successfully.
Don't do it here.
There was this one time I tried to do it behind a GameStop back when I was doing a lot of flipping. There was a whole bunch of rumors that like video game guides were getting thrown in by like the hundreds into the trash. And you know, so I went to my GameStop, but it shared a dumpster with the Chinese food restaurant next to it. It was
That's a good strategy.
It was so gross. Like, I actually went in there and I was like, oh my gosh, and I had to bail.
To the victor goes the spoils.
When I used to do dumpster diving for boxes, I would go, and for just the boxes, so I didn't have to pay, you know, before I got a supply hut sponsorship, you know.
I sold out.
I found
/ Flicker, right?
Anyway, I found boxes. There was empty boxes, PlayStation 4 boxes, like 5 or 6 of them. Like they used them for display or something. They just chucked the boxes, all the content. I'm like, sweet.
You sell them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Well, and that was they did do a thing at GameStop where they had the game guides marked down to a penny. And I remember I got a bunch of those too. Those penny buys. That's what you want. I went to a yard sale today where they had all these Squishmallows that I got recently at Walgreens. Remember, I went to Walgreens and I bought like all their Squishmallows for $1. Every single, like the same ones that I had bought were there, and she was selling them for $5 a piece at her yard sale. I don't know if anyone bought them, but I thought that I was like, I know where you got that. And then I saw another thing. I was like, I know where you got that. I know where you got that.
I hate
still
those
has
sales.
them, yeah.
Yeah, those sales are the worst. Yeah, because their prices were too high, so like even the non-flippers weren't buying.
Hey, I got a banger going on here, y'all. I got a 1 out of 10.
Speaking of a banger, dude, I got a 10 out of 10 because I went live when all the football games were live. That was a horrible life choice.
I got a 1 out of 10.
You were smart. You came out after the games, I think. Are they still going?
6 o'clock. There's the one game in the evening. So
when I went live,
all of the other games
I went live at 1, and then I looked at because I remember you saying that, and
1,
like there was like 20
the time
football
they all
games.
Start.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this is so. I was a 10 out of 10.
1, 4.
Kevin will appreciate.
Carries at 8.
Yeah. What 8? What?
1, 4, and 8 on Sunday.
Football games.
Oh, I think 8. Yeah, I'm not sure about. I don't know actually.
Oh, because he doesn't talk in Eastern.
Yeah,
hey, it's up to an 8 out of 10. So there's that.
I just want to shout out, because I know everybody knows I'm a part of the team, University of Utah, back-to-back
beat my
Pac-12 championship.
Is Dawn there?
Yeah.
No, Dawn's gone. That's part of the
Tell
problem.
her I'm very disappointed in her, because she was supposed to help with Jelly Hands today.
No, she's helping her dad, man.
Jelly Hands time, Carrie, is what I'm saying. It is time for Jelly Hands. Now, Carrie has picked a really fun one I'm excited about. You might want to take off the hat. I don't need to mess up your hat.
Yeah, with a full heart and hands full of jelly. I am ready.
Sales by Tony has paid $35 a month to see Carrie defecate all over his face. Not really defecate. This is the time it makes sense to come watch a YouTube video at the hour 19 mark. Carrie, what have you decided to slather?
Watch through rate.
What have you decided to slather all over your face today?
We have jet puffed marshmallow cream, which is basically fluff.
This is gonna be
good,
hard
right?
to get out.
No, it'll be easy. All right, so Carrie, you know the routine.
Get it in your beard and
I know.
And don't forget the name. You need to be screaming.
Oh,
with
Sales
delight.
by Tony.
Yep.
Sales by Tony.
Oh gosh! This is gonna be good.
Sales by Tony.
Oh, this is the best one yet.
It's terrible.
This is the best one yet. Santa Carrie.
Merry Christmas. At least it's delicious.
It is delicious. I'm not gonna lie, but this stuff is nasty, man.
Sales by who?
Tony. Sales by Tony.
Sales by Tony, guys.
$35 well spent this month. Don't forget to pay up next month and see what happens.
The best part about this is since we've started it, we haven't paid Carrie a dime.
Not a dime.
Not one.
And we always have the most heartfelt conversations afterwards.
We won't do
We're gonna have like a
1 minute
40-minute
limit, Carrie.
The worst part is my
let's get you big full screen. Hold on. Let's get you full screen here.
You look like, man, I don't know what you look like. Bumble. You look like Bumble.
See, I told Carrie he could do peanut butter, but he said he doesn't like peanut butter, and I just feel
this is
like...
annoying. I feel like I'm a cannibal, like eating my... because it's like I'm made of cream.
Carrie, who's your sales by? Who's your sales by?
Tony.
Can you sing the Marshmallow song?
I don't know what it is.
Just make one up. I feel like it would be the appropriate time.
It's a marshmallow world in the winter.
Yeah.
It's a marshmallow world in the world in the winter.
Who is the most iconic marshmallow character in any film?
Any film?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Well, the Stay Puft, probably. You're right. But isn't there like a is there other marshmallow characters?
I don't think so. Well, there was a mini little Stay Puft Marshmallow Man in that really crappy movie with Seth Rogen and the hot dog.
Yeah, I was wondering if there was that's what I was thinking, the hot dog movie.
And there was like attacked by little.
You didn't like the hot dog movie where like they all were like
Sausage Fest or whatever it was called?
It got a little gross, but like I like the whole idea of like sausages, like the hot dogs living in this utopia and then being pulled into the terror of what their existence was. It was interesting.
It was such a dumb concept, Carrie.
In the new Ghostbusters with the mini Marshmallow Men, remember that one?
Oh, maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of with the minis. Yeah, you might be right. That was a pretty good movie, though. Actually.
Yeah, that's good.
All right,
kind of like I got the character from Frozen, but that's not a marshmallow character. That's what came up.
That's Olaf.
That's a snowman.
Yeah,
that's snowman.
No, I have one right here, but I don't want to grab it.
No, not Olaf. The other, whatever. So
I like how Carrie consistently squanders every opportunity to promote his channel on this show and calls himself Preston Waters.
Well, if they don't know who I am at this point, it's kind of a lost cause. We're on episode 92.
Carrie, listen, we're on episode 60, but I saw a comment in the Facebook group where the lady said, someone was talking about the podcast. She's like, I didn't even know there was a Trash to Cash podcast. And I was like, oh, poor you. Not what I think it is.
Have you sent this screenshot to the Discord? Or
I should,
Facebook
of course, yeah, I've sent it to the Discord.
They're enjoying priority access.
They do. They always see the screenshot of Jelly Hands before we go live with it, and they have already been commenting on it.
Yeah, this is
$3 well.
It is tasty, but thoroughly disgusting. This is nasty stuff.
Okay, so this is almost
really
the end because he's suffering. But Kevin, what's your last thing?
Are we really doing it? Well, there's a Stay Puft Funko Pop. I didn't know that.
Oh, nice.
Are we doing a premiere for real on this thing?
Yeah, why not?
Are we gonna?
People enjoyed that
because Carrie won't wake up. So is it gonna be 1:30? Like our 10 o'clock time is done?
I think so. I think we're a 1:30 show now.
Gosh, I got so much work done on Tuesday mornings. All right. Okay.
Okay, this has been Trash Cash Podcast. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you subscribe and hit the like button. And
Sales by Tony.